Hello guys, how are you all? So guys, welcome to this new video by me, Nikki, by Beyond Astro K, and I'm talking about this Pisces new moon, which is happening on the 19th of March, and it's just the day before the just the day before the spring equinox. Yes, big time. So what can we expect? So this Pisces new moon, a lot of it is Pisces heavy. Okay, we have the sun, moon, we got Mercury, we got Mars, we have the North Node, all in Pisces, and there's a lot of third house activation. And this showed me that a lot of us are going to be like sort of like mentally and spiritually very sensitive, but also we're going to be pouring into our emotions, whether it's through writing, speaking, how we're communicating as well. I feel that this is a time where people are going to actually be speaking their emotions. We have to also bear in mind that Mercury's retrograde. Okay, so don't be surprised, guys, if you start seeing people, places, things, themes from the past coming back. And it could be an ex, it could be friends. The fact that this is a lot of stelliums in the third house is a very watery, very emotional moon. The other aspects is the moon is just conjunct Saturn, so there could be like a serious aspect to this. It can actually help ground us. It can actually help move us forward. Like, we just don't want to be drowning in our emotions. If there's things that how we're feeling or thinking or wanting to do, it can actually just come out now. The moon also sextiles Uranus, so not only is it going to be a serious aspect, there could be things that we just say off the cuff. Okay, it could shock people, but also this is showing that there can be a lot of like new mental downloads, like new inspiration, new ideas can also come up too. And it does conjunct Neptune as well. And so it's like that dreamy aspect, but the fact that it is in early degree, because this is activating the sun, the conjunction that happened in Saturn and Neptune. So it is showing that even though there's like a serious element to this, but it's also quite unpredictable. We can say things off the cuff, direct. There's also like this dreamy element. We have to also be mindful, I feel, that what we're saying, because is it the truth or is it a lie or is it an illusion? Some of us may be thinking, oh, this is the truth. It's actually not. And with the Uranus energy, it could just switch. But then the Saturn is like, no, this is actually what's happening. So things can, even though it's very emotional, there's underlying currents that are happening that can change, that can switch up the things. This has also shown me that nothing is what it seems as well. Nothing is what it seems. Things are very much up in the air. As you guys know, what's going on in the world, we're not even 6 months of the year yet, and the world is gone. It's just gone crazy. But also that Saturn Neptune in Aries as well, that's like pushing for the new. We're going to see that Saturn Neptune more bigger when the next day we have the spring equinox. It's going to activate it, and that's when new beginnings are happening. That's when we're gonna really see that we are in that new world order, because Saturn Neptune, it heralds in a new world order, like 1989. Things changed when the Saturn Neptune, when I think we're in 1989, when it went in November, when it was the spring of 1990, that's when we actually saw the new world order coming for, actually, yeah, full force. But actually, we actually saw it earlier in 1990. Yeah, sorry about that. But with this Aries one, because it's 0 degree, we're going to see it when it's the spring equinox. We're going to be fully in that new 36 world order. So hold your loins and get your trainers on, because it's gonna be wild. But with this new moon, because it's co-ruled by Jupiter, the Jupiter also trines Mercury, and this gives like a lot of like, even though Jupiter's retrograde, so there's like some expansion going on, but we may have to rethink how far we're pushing, how far we're thinking. And it does conjunct Mars as well. So our energy and drive is there, but it's also like, oh, I am picking up some of us may be feeling that we're gonna do this today, but then it's like, oh, I can't be bothered, so we do have to really pace ourselves. This is a nice new moon. It is a very nice new moon. We do have to, like I said, we do have to like bide and think, feel before we do anything. And also, like I said, if anything comes out of our mouths, how we're communicating, what can we do? But one thing I'm looking forward to with this new moon, and especially if you are like late degree Pisces, it's going to affect late degree Pisces, all the water signs, Cancer, especially you, Scorpio as well, and also the earth signs. It's going to affect Virgo, but like Taurus and Capricorn, if you're late degree, it's going to be very, very beneficial to you too. But it is a nice new moon. It's just that things can get very watery, emotional, and extremely, extremely unpredictable. The cards I've pulled out are cards. Let's get my cards, because I was going to shake them, but the card I've actually pulled out, guys, is vulnerability. And this card is just talking about we have to listen to our vulnerable emotions, because it can show that even though this new moon is a bit, there's a bit of up and downs, and it's also very serious, but it's also, we're not really sure as well, but it's still good. We are still vulnerable at this time because there's so much Pisces watery energy, and also because Mercury is retrograde as well. So like, listen to our feelings. We can't forget with this, or try to remember not to forget our vulnerable feelings. And also, this card is about, if you're feeling stuck in any way, like emotionally stuck, manifest or even write down like your hopes, dreams and fears. Another card I've pulled out is helping children, and it doesn't literally have to be, it could be for some of you may be guided to teach, because there's a lot of third eye activation, guided to teach, helping like vulnerable kids, or even helping yourself, like the vulnerable kid within you. Because a lot of us, we are going to be feeling very vulnerable with this new moon too, especially if you're like, extremely sensitive. I feel that a lot of us are feeling sensitive, but there could be the extreme sensitivity, and some of us could feel like we're that young kid again. And also we could feel for like the younger generation that are coming forth. And the last card I pulled out was success, and it says like, basically, if you're doing like that sort of emotional inner work, that deep inner work, congratulations. Because we're all learning, we're all feeling, we're all seeing how the world is, we're all like taking it in differently. But if we're trying to work with it, instead of like, oh, I'm not going to be feeling that, I refuse to feel, it's just showing that, not stay within the feelings, but work with your feelings, because you're going to be transformed instead of just burying it. So yes, that's the new moon message and cards from me. And now let's get to the signs. Hello Aries. So Aries, welcome to the new moon in Pisces, which this is in your 12th house. So Aries, this is a big year for you, isn't it? So let's talk about this new moon. So this moon, it does conjunct Neptune, which is actually in your sign, and this is a Neptune new moon. So this is even though this is in your 12th house, and the moon actually rules your 4th, it's a time of hibernation for some of you. It's like, just rest, chill, relax, start working on things, like working on like projects you want to do for it to be released. So when you have the new moon going into your sign, because Neptune's in your sign, it might be quite hard for some of you to just relax, kick back, because The last time Neptune was in your sign was decades ago. And a lot of you are, I feel a lot of you are feeling very like hype, ambitious. So I do think that even though it is a time for you guys to just, sort of kick back, there's still a lot of energy that you could be, there's still a lot of energy that I feel that you guys want to do. It does sextile Uranus, which is in your second house. So you've got energies that's to do with like your money, energies that's to do with like yourself. In a way, Aries, this new moon, even though it's not in your sign, it sort of feels like it because of Saturn and Neptune being with like the conjunctions there. Even though it's in your sign, it's sort of like, and also because this is like a late degree Pisces, you're still going to be feeling this. So on one hand, yes, you're going to try to relax, kick back, try to like do that whole resting thing. But on the other hand, it's like, no, I got things to do. I've got to, start up a new project, a new business. So this new moon can see a lot of you. I feel that opportunities can actually come for a lot of you as well, because you're ready, you're energized, you are ready to go. You are looking, it's not even like looking for ways to like earn money. I think that this is going to be in a different way. But it's a very ambitious new moon for you. And it could be some of you deciding that, you know what, I want to work from home, I can make money from home, or I'm going to look at the certain projects that I can pioneer. You are very ambitious. The card that you actually got is the King of Wands. Yeah. And this feels very much like you could, this card is about a natural leader, and it's also about you seeing like your vision. So this energy is up and a bit down, but it's also very powerful. This card is showing you about leadership, but in a softer way, not in a way that's very bam, bam, bam. It's not going to be easy for a lot of you Aries. Another thing with this is about the physical body as well, which you are a family of, you're like the head of. So I feel a lot of you are going to be probably working with, in a physical way, but differently. And this card is saying, yes, go where you need to go. That vision is strong, but also really pace yourself, because this energy, even though it is slow, you can also just push to go too fast, but still it's a very ambitious time. Hello Taurus, how are you? So Taurus, this new moon is in your 11th house, and you got, Uranus is in your first. So Taurus, this is actually a nice one. If any of you who are late degree Taurus, late degree, like 28 degrees to like, 28, 29 degrees, you are definitely going to be sextiled. But this is going to be so beneficial to you, because Uranus is involved. Like you Aries, not exactly star of the show, but this is going to definitely impact you. Yes, even though this is in your 11th house, I feel a lot of you are going to be thinking and dreaming of your goals and dreams. And it's not good. Some of you Tauruses are not very loud about this. Some of you are loud, but some of you are not very loud about this. This is going to be like inner. There's energies that's connected to like your inner being, like the 12th house. So I feel that some of you may be, I'm picking up like plotting and planning. I don't know why, but like, I'm going to be, it's time for me. It's not about time for me to get ambitious, but it's like time for me to be serious. I'm going to get off my ass, and I'm actually going to put like some work in my projects, because I see like the long-term goal. I see the long-term vision. Uranus is coming out of your sign for good next month, Taurus. So it's like that last time, that last setup, like, okay, if you've got something to do, just do it now. Some of you could see yourself zoning in and out of projects, zoning in and out. There could be new friends that come up here. There could be new like people, places. You could be. I'm just feeling ambition for a lot of you Taurus. And you got, like I said, you got connections to your 12th house, which is Neptune and Saturn here. So it is asking you to like sort of listen to yourself, but it's also, I'm like Aries, very ambitious as well. The fact that this is connecting to your 11th house is very, it feels like a very lucky time. I would say to a lot of you Tauruses, again, a bit like Aries, pace yourself, because not that you can burn out, but you can just be thinking of too much things. But this is an ambitious time. A lot of you may be meeting new people that come into your life. They can open your mind, they can expand your mind, they can even be Pisces too. The card that you have is, wow, you have the Strength card, and it's a Leo card, you know, and Leo actually rules your 4th house. So this card, I love the Strength card. It's about being brave, it's about focus and courage. So your goals and dreams right now, Taurus, it could be sort of like dreamy but avant-garde, but you could also get visions as well. And this card is saying to be like, just be brave, just do it. Yeah, the Uranus coming out your sign next month is like the last act. Just be brave and do it. Don't be afraid, because there's a lot within you. Yes, some of you may be feeling quite cautious, thinking about the money aspects, but just do it, because there's a lot that's coming. And if you're not going to do it, there might be people in your life or new people in your life that will actually help you. Okay, Gemini, how are you? So Gemini, like all the mutable signs, this is going to impact you. This is in your 10th house, okay? Even though this does square you, it impacts Geminis who are late degree. So if you're like 29 degrees, you're going to be 28, 29 degrees, very late degree. Late June, I would say, you're going to be feeling this. Even though, like I said, it does square your 10th house, like your career, your social standing, your status. There can be some, annoyances there. But what actually saves you, Gemini, is a conjunction to Saturn and Neptune, which is in your 11th house. Because, when I say it might annoy you, I'm seeing this is like a brand new beginning for your career. It's like swapping and changing your career. But also, a little bit like Taurus, I feel that some of you actually could like make it work now. The high vibration Geminis, because Geminis, whenever it comes to you for some reason, this is a general, there's always some type of controversy, but I feel that if, the more positive you are about your career, the better. This is telling me, for a lot of you Geminis, to take that higher road. And what do we mean take that higher road? There's going to be things that come into your life, because Uranus is going into your sign next month. There's going to be things that comes into your life that you may just like sort of dismiss. And this new moon might make things feel a bit like foggy and, oh, this is not for me, but still there could be some frustration with your career. There could be arguments with bosses with this new moon. But they also could be like you thinking about what you actually love and want to do. And the fact that you got the 11th house happening, it could also expand your vision and mind. Your goals and dreams are changing, Gemini. This is the time to, align yourself with people that are just different to you. This is the time for, your visions to be different now. And you're a sign that's always on the move anyway. So, talk to people, surround yourself with like-minded people, or people that are even different to you. The fact that this is like your 10th and 11th houses next door to each other is mind-blowing. Okay, I can actually see, especially if Uranus going to your sign, I can actually see a lot of you Geminis just, well, maybe because of the Aries energy, but like just working for yourself. We're going to be doing that anyway. But you may be like in that thought of like, you know what, I was thinking of doing it, but I'm now going to be doing it. Something to do with media. There's a definite shift and a job change that's going on here, especially with that conjunction to Saturn and Neptune in your 11th house as well. You got Uranus in your 12th, so that might be, your inner being might be just ebbing and flowing, but it also might be speaking to you. Like you got all the tools right in front of you. Just do it, okay? So just know that there's changes happening career-wise, but also like when it comes to your relationship as well, status too. The card you got is a lovely card. You got the Two of Cups, and it is about balance and harmony. So some of you might even, there might be a water sign that comes into your life. There could be, when I say relationship, there could be changes within like your, if you're in a relationship, some of you could be actually coming together, or some of you may, yeah, I feel that there's a definite shift and change in your business, obviously, and personal relationships. It could be a marriage, it could be engagement. And I think also, Gemini, when things are very much up in the air when it comes to our career or anything out there, we've got to look at what's going on at home. So I feel that it's really good to look at like what's going on in your personal life, because I think once that is sort of solidified, you'll know which direction to go into. Okay, so it's a mixture for you, Gemini, but it's still very eventful and still very impactful. Hello, my Cancer, how are you? So Cancer, this new moon is in your ninth house. Really great for you, especially if you're like late degree Cancer. But there's like there's a conjunction to your 10th house, um, with Saturn and Uranus. And a lot of people are getting like next door houses activation. But yes, for you Cancer, this is very beneficial for you, and also it's very powerful for you because you're ruled by the moon. So the first four signs is going to be impacting them, and especially for you, you're ruled by the moon, but you've got conjunctions to like your 10th house, which squares you. So this new moon could again be very eventful. This is a time to like setting intentions for any type of higher learning, any goals or dreams, reading. It could be publishing. This could also be seeing you, some of you just doing something that is like, like different as well. And the fact that it conjuncts like your 10th house, this is showing me whatever you're going to be learning is going to be not only impact your career, it could actually be a brand new career shift for you. This new moon is any new or full moons impacts you Cancer. This new moon is like a Mars Pluto energy, so for you Cancer, you're gonna feel it deeper. It's very much emotional, and there's changes that are happening. So I could actually even picture Cancers just like curling up in a book about philosophy. It could be you trying to get ideas about, some of you could be writers and just like reading up on all these different types of books or watching TV shows to get some like inspiration. Yes, a lot of you can actually, I'll say print out, a lot of you can actually publish under this new moon. I feel there might be a bit of remember, Jupiter is also in your sign, and we can't forget Jupiter. I don't know why we forgot Jupiter, because Jupiter is, because there's a trine to Mercury and Jupiter in this, but Jupiter is also like the ruler of this new moon too. So, and the fact that it's in your sign is a very positive, even though you've got this little square to your 10th house. It's a very positive one. I see some of you Cancer just thinking, now that Jupiter's in my sign, I need to like shift my my mindset, my goals, my focus. So that's why I had that vision of a lot of you just reading, or just kind of come up with like ideas. The fact that Jupiter's also in your sign, Jupiter's about, it's about publishing as well. So I think for a lot of you Pisces, just look back on what you like, even like last year, what you wanted to do, what you wanted, whatever job you wanted to do, what you saw for yourself, saw for like your relationship. But this new moon is a very ambitious new moon. It is showing me that it's more to do with career, but how you can like make your career more long lasting, more impactful. And also the conjunction to your 10th house is about, with Neptune there, it can be quite distorted, but with Saturn there, it can also strengthen it. It can make you much more serious. So, I mean, I'm Cancer rising, so I understand, you know. So I do think that it's not a time to just try and go fast, because you don't want to burn out. But if you're doing any like type of research, if you're going to be reading up things, researching, continue to do it. Or even it's a great time to be starting it. If you want to start like learning a new language, this is a great time, because you're having like a 12-year activation. So I'm actually quite excited for you, Cancers, with this, because you know Jupiter's also helping you too. The card that you have is the Seven of Wands. And even though this card is, it's not harsh, it's about being persevering, and it can be quite challenging. I feel this is more, this card is showing me that a lot of you are not forcing yourself to like do it, go there. It's just like, it's a bit, this is very much about self-determination and not being dissuaded by any other things, like your, it could be like anything to do with like your family, your friends, or your feelings. Just carry on, even though the 10th house is about your, what is it, even though the 10th house is about changes like in a relationship, your status and that. I feel it's very much ambitious time for a lot of you Cancers, especially because Saturn and Neptune's in your 10th house. So don't be surprised you see a lot of Cancers everywhere putting out some stuff. But yeah, well done, Cancer. Hey Leo, how are you? So Leo, this new moon is in your 8th house, okay? And you got energies that's in your 9th house. There's a lot of like I said, there's a lot of like next door things going on. Okay, so Leo, this is actually yes, it's about your like money situation, spending, saving, but it's also to do with like debts, loans. This is about rebirth, fears as well. So all these themes can definitely come up for a lot of you Leos. But because you got like the conjunction in like, Saturn, and it's, I feel for like a lot of you Leos, it's a time to like sort out your finances. Of course, it's the 8th house. It can, some of you may think that you've got enough and you actually don't, or sometimes you may think you don't have enough and you actually do. So this is about try to go over the books properly. If things feel a bit confusing in any way, get your bank manager, get someone to help you. This is about trying to restructure things. It's not easy under this Pisces energy because things can be very, very foggy. Okay, so you may have to like go over things a lot, but because you got like the 9th house activation, this is showing me that there's things, if you're like looking to save or like looking to invest in anything, it could definitely be to do with like higher learning, like books, studying, going college or anything. But you need to sort out your money, you need to sort out your finances. So it may not be like an easy time, and there could be definitely some confusion about how much, outgoings, money, and there could be a lot of these confusions. So this is really great time, Leo, to like talk about your feelings, or even when it comes to like inheritances as well. That all may very much be up in the air, but your mindset is very focused. Your mindset is I think the fact that Saturn is in Aries is really helping you. It's making things a bit more serious. So if you've done anything to like, oh, I don't want to bother with that, this is showing you got to deal with it. Any debts or loans that need to be paid off, is like, let's just get serious and do this. Let's not gloss over it. Okay, so it's a very much a serious time for a lot of you Leos. The card that you actually got, Leo, is a Page of Wands, and it's actually really nice. Even though this is very much about creativity and adventurous as well, this is showing me there's a lot of bravery that's coming through. If some of you Leos were not really interested in like paying off anything or investing or anything, this is showing me like even like your mindset is like, no, but this is for like the long term. This is for like the long run. If I do this now, this can benefit me in the future. If I like invest in some books, if I invest in like going to college or even sending my kids college and that, this is beneficial to their future. Your mindset, this new moon and this card is showing me that your mindset is changing. You're being a bit more ambitious and you're like exploring different avenues, and some of you are also very brave in the fact that you're admitting things to yourself as well. So this is like a restart, you know. Not saying that all you Leos have debts and that, but some of you may. But this is like you're going to be sorting it out, whether you're doing it by yourself or you're going to be asking for help. So you're shedding like old skin and you're rebuilding. So this is a good time for you, Leo. Hello, Virgo. How are you? So, Virgo, this, all the mutables, especially if you're like late degree Virgo, this is going to impact you. This is in your 7th house. And this is conjunction, you know, you got the Saturn and Neptune in your 8th. So everyone's got that second next door energy going on. So this is to do with your relationships, business or personal. This is a brand new beginning to be setting intentions to basically letting being honest in your relationships, Virgo. You know, Saturn was opposing you for 3 years. And I knew a lot of Virgos went through it. I knew a lot of Virgos either got married, had kids, or some got divorced. But regardless, you went through it. And I think this new moon might just reminds a lot of you of Virgos how far you've come, or even being how honest you've come, because you got the conjunctions in your 8th house. And I think what's helping you with this is that the Jupiter's in your 11th. And it's making you, a lot of you just sort of like help shed old things. Like I feel a lot of you are talking more to like your friends, or you're talking more to people that can help you, whether it's through therapy or even talking to your partner. And for some of you, it might be a case of it's been a long time coming. You know, I'm not happy, so it needed to end, or I want to be happy. This is what I want. And this new moon is just like this new phase for it. You know, when I talk about honesty, Virgos, I just see that a lot of you are just being a bit more honest emotionally, because you're not like the most emotional sign. But I do see with this is like, okay, let me like sort of start afresh, start new, because the last 3 years have been quite difficult, or it's been quite challenging, or it's been like it'd be eye opening. And this new moon is like that combination, that, you know, that sort of like cycle for it. So yeah, I do see some of you who are single Virgos. This is a time where some of you may even want to start dating. Some of you could be looking around, or some of you may decide, you know what, I want to have a relationship with myself before I even have a relationship with anyone else. This is also to do with like business and contracts, and sort of like open enemy season as well. So I would say, like, if you're signing any contracts, which obviously Mercury's retrograde under this, just be mindful, because remember, we've got to think of Mercury as well with retrograde in your 7th as well. Be mindful of signing any contract. If you're going to look over it, get like a bank, I don't know, get like a business manager or something, because you don't want to sign anything under this crazy energy. Okay, so the card that you got is actually the World card, and it is about completions, fulfillment. And it's like what I said in the beginning, you finished a cycle, but you're beginning a new one, an honest one. And I think for a lot of you Virgos, this new moon is going to sort of come of a relief, because there's a brand new you coming up. The 7th, this is an opposition, so this can still cause some friction. This friction may be within you, but this card is showing that you've come full cycle and you're different now. You're not that person that you was 3 years ago. You are very different. You know what you want. You know what you have to do. So I think if any of you Virgos that work with that energy, well done to you. If you haven't, you're still working, still well done to you. But yes, this is a trying but also a brand new time for you, Virgo. Hello, Libra. How are you? So, Libra, this new moon in Pisces is in your 6th house. And whenever I think of this, I'm always thinking of when Saturn was in your 6th house, Libra. I know some of you Librans, went through it. But now this is like a brand new beginning to like sort of like solidify your habits, your daily habits and your daily routines. And with any brand new moons, I feel that a lot of you may take it much more seriously now. Because, you got this Saturn Neptune, which is in your 7th house. So I feel that with this new moon, that some Librans may, or like I said, decide, okay, I'm going to like take the balls by the horn. I'm going to be doing this because I think because you got the Saturn opposition to you, and it's focusing on that physical body as well. So some of you feel like quite stuck in this, like in any like daily habits and daily routines. It's really, if you can, obviously, great to do it with a partner. You could be doing like a fitness class with your partner. It could be with your friends. It could be with, obviously, excuse me, some of you could be in two minds about it. Like, oh, what do I do? Where do I go? Where do I? But this is a great time to be doing. It's a great time to be investing in your health at this point. And I say that only because Saturn is opposing you. It's 7 signs away. It's a physical body thing. So what themes can you do? Well, you could talk to you could like read up on books about herbs. You can like join like a new fitness, like a different type of fitness if your body can't take like high intensity. Swimming, dancing, walking is good, because the 6th house, it can activate like the mental health aspects as well. So you may want to take things a bit slow. You don't want to rush. You got the moon sextile to Uranus, and this is in your 8th house, so it can make you just go too hard, but it can also transform you. Some of you Libras may think, oh, I can't be bothered, but there's a strong transformation element to this as well, and it could help you just be more like basically like a detoxing phase that I'm picking up for a lot of you. I feel for some Librans, you want to like get physically fit for like the physical aspects to this, and because Saturn's in your 7th house as well, this is like to do with the bones. Or I feel some of you Libras actually want to detox your system. You want to like just cleanse. And the Uranus sextile in your 8th can actually give you that deep body transformation. So, but I do see a lot of you taking something more seriously, and this is also to do with like your career as well, and this is to do with pets too. This could be the themes coming up with this. You might decide, you know what, this pet is making too much mess. I'm gonna sell it, or I'm gonna like train it. Or even like your career, you might be thinking, is this career sustainable to me? Is it helping me physically, mentally, and emotionally? There's themes that you're going to be thinking about. This is a time where you're going to be transforming yourself for the better. And of course, we can't forget Saturn. Like I just said, this is also making things more serious for you. The card that you have is the Judgment card, and it's about rebirth. It's an awakening. And I'm with this card, it's showing me that some of you are going to be aligning with like this soul purpose. You're having an awakening moment. Things that didn't work for you, things that work for you may not be working for you now, or things that didn't work for you, it's time to like try and change it. So you're having like this eureka moment, this aha moment. You are now being this is now a time for you Libras to transform yourself in the best possible way. Some of you Libras are actually going through your especially like the Pluto Libra. Some of you 80, 81, 82 are going through your Saturn opposition. So this is probably coming at the right time to be like, okay, I need to be the best that I can be, whether it's for work, your daily habits, routines, what you're eating. This card is showing you, you know, this is the time to be doing it, but also take it slow. Don't rush. Research, read up on books if you can. But yeah, this is a big, deep transformation time for a lot of you Librans. Hey Scorpio, how are you? So Scorpio, this new moon in Pisces is in your 5th house. Yeah. And I know a lot of you Scorpions are probably going for it, you know, because there's yeah, I know a lot of you Scorpions are going for it because there's some activations with the square to Pluto and all of that happening, and the Saturn Neptune in your 6th house as well. This is really transforming you guys. We got a little, you got like a little reprieve because this is in your 5th house. And yes, the Saturn Neptune is still playing up in this as well, because even though it's very early degree to Pisces, it's still like hitting the 6. So this is a time to play, this is a time to have fun, but this is also a time to restructure it. I'm feeling some of you Scorpions are like, okay, I'm going to be taking this, I'm going to actually go for it, I'm going to actually, you know, train to be a performer. I'm going to train to either start writing, doing poems, drawing. There's an extra dose of focus on this. And you got the sextile you to do Uranus, which is in your 7th house as well. So this could be about, you know, you signing contracts. Although, because it's like Mercury retrograde, you may want to just either not sign it or just overlook it as well. But still, but yeah, this is even though this is a nice new moon for you, it's also a serious new moon. Like you're going to be the 5th house is also about physical fitness as well. So I feel if any of you Scorpions are going to be doing any type of physical fitness, you really need to sort of pace yourself, because you can go very hard. There does seem an element of excitement in the air, like, oh my god, these opportunities are here for me, or I'm feeling actually very much creative, or it's like, you know, some of you may be dating multiple people, but you have to sort of like figure it out. You know, you have to like put the thing that is most important first, and you know, because there can be some confusion going on. And I say that because of Uranus in your 7th house as well. This can like be changing up your relationships in a way, but also this is about your fun as well. So I do feel like I said, you know, an element of excitement. Like I feel creative. Finally, it's here. It's come. But you have to structure it. Structure it well. Try not to do everything at once. You don't want to be stressed under this new moon. Yeah. But also with the Saturn Neptune, because it's in Aries, you're ruled by Mars, so you're feeling it very intensely. So I feel that if things just get too much, you know, do like a dance class, do like I don't know, like a yoga, or go for like nice long walks. And if some of you are not feeling creative, these walks and that these fitness or like things to do with like your routines, and this can actually give you a lot of inspiration, because inspiration is everywhere. But your inspiration or creativity can be very deep, Scorpio. I don't know why. I'm feeling like, you know, you're feeling, even though it's a fun time, there's like a deepness to this. So the card that you have, Scorpio, is the Magician. This is actually a nice card. It is of manifestation, creativity as well. But like I said in the beginning, you know, this card is showing me that I do feel for a lot of you Scorpions, there's lots of opportunities here. And this card is of manifestation. So it's showing me that whatever you want, you can get, but you have to structure it well. You have to not be greedy or have this power mad thing going on. That probably goes for like your, you know, having fun with your partners as well, because you could even find yourself being very intense as well. Nothing wrong in it, because that's, you know, you're a Scorpion. It's what Scorpions do. But it's just showing me like, what's the most important thing? What is the most important thing for you? What type of creativity do you want to do? And whatever you're going to be doing, you just have to structure it well. And because this card is of high manifestations as well, it's showing me that also that you're going to be interacting with people. They could be younger people, or, you know, it's just showing me like okay, you know, all these tools are here. Which one are you going to be doing? What are you going to focus on? What's your main focus? You know, so it is a good one for you, but it is also about restructuring it as well. Okay. Hey Sagittarius, how are you? So Sagittarius, this new moon in Pisces is going to be squaring you, but it's going to, if you're like last degree, you're going to be feeling this. And this is in your fourth house. And this is going to be like a sort of remembering when Saturn was in your fourth house. There was like a lot of restrictions going on when it came to like home, lineage, family. Some of you may have felt like it was harsh, and this may be a sort of like a reminiscence of this as well. But this is a brand new beginning of you restructuring your home, probably getting to know like your past more. Some of you could be opening up more, or your parents could be opening up more about things that you want to know about your past, about your lineage. Some of you could be moving because, you know, you got the Saturn Neptune in your fifth, which actually sort of helps with the deep emotion and that can come with this. And it's time, it's showing me like trying to get more creative as well at home. So it could be you redecorating, it could be even you moving. You know, there does feel a bit more of excitement with this new moon, even though it's squaring your fourth house. So yeah, so some of you might be painting your walls like sort of like watery colors, could be like quite loud colors. Some of you could be actually getting more creative at home, like starting like some type of like creative business. You know, you got the moon sextile Uranus, which is actually in your sixth house. So your routines could just be a bit all over the place. Like there might be one thing I will say with this is, because you know the Jupiter is you're ruled by Jupiter, and this is a Jupiter one moon as well. You may be overbooking appointments at home. If something needs to be fixed, like whether it's a gas pipe, something to do with like the water, try and if you've booked a lot, try look to see if it's the same days, because there could be a lot of overbooking. Some of you may be trying to fix things yourself, and this is showing me maybe you should ask for help. There may be a lot of stuff that needs to be done at home as well, I'm picking up. Some of you could actually feel overwhelmed with it could be to do with family. It could be, I'm feeling like there could be stuff that if you got kids, there may be lots of activities that you need to be doing with them, but this home life. And it could be some of you moving between now and September. Some of you actually could be moving, and but there's a lot of paperwork that's to be done, so things can feel quite stressful. But I do feel it's a move that's happening. And I also feel that there's stuff to do in the home, like it's fixing things. Some of you could be like, okay, I want to try and cook more, or you know, like this whole family, like the whole family structure, everything can just really be up in the air. There's so much things to do. Try and pace yourself. Try and pace yourself, Sagittarius. This is really going to impact the Sagittarius that are last degree as well. But yeah, like I said, this is a Jupiter. That Mercury trines Jupiter with this, and Mercury is retrograde. And it trines Jupiter, which is in your eighth house. So there's like a lot of purging that needs to be done. Some of you, I feel, don't mind being alone at home, because there may be things that you're thinking about. There may be things that you're trying to release. There may be things that you are, you know, want to do things by yourself. You know, I'm picking up that, like, I just want to be alone. That the energy does seem a little bit all over the place, but it does also feel like, you know, there's things that need to be fixed, and I'm going to try and do it in a structured way. But I'm also don't mind being alone as well. And the card that you actually got is a Four of Swords, and it is about rest. It's about recharging. So that's one of the reasons why I picked up, like, some of you may want to just be alone, because, you know, sometimes when family is at home, whether it's kids or just family constantly keep coming, even though it's nice and fun, it can get overwhelming. And this new moon is squaring the fourth, and the fourth is very much about, solitude. It's about thinking, but it's also about doing things to do with like family and lineage and that. So I'm actually feeling some of you might be just reading up about lineage, reading or seeing things that you used to do back in the day, and it's re-entering your life. It could be like an art project. It could be like something creative that you used to do when you were younger. Because I'm picking up youth. I am picking up what you did when you were young. You could be asking your parents, "Oh, did I do this when I was young?" Or that type of thing. Or you could just be thinking about when you were young, how much fun you had, or what you actually wanted to do. And if some of you are parents as well, you might be feeling like you're missing out on some type of fun that you had. So there could be, and there's nothing wrong in thinking like that, Sagittarius. There's nothing wrong with thinking, okay, I may want to go back to what I used to do because it was fun, but also see if it's profitable as well, you know. But yeah, there does seem a lot of, and this card is also showing about solitude and, in like being within yourself and thinking, and especially you got the sextile to Uranus in your eighth, and this is like things that are going very deep. So it does feel quite harsh, but it's also like deep transformation that's coming up about the past for you, Saggies. Hello, my Capricorns. How are you? So this new moon Capricorn, like all like some of the earth signs, and the water signs, this is in your third house. And I would say, Capricorns, how was it when Saturn was in your sign? Saturn was in your third. Because if there was any blocks, mental blocks, now you've got a brand new moon, especially if you're like late degree Capricorn. This is a brand new moon for you to like sort of like, like your mind is like feeling more powerful. Because this is the third house, which is about siblings, your neighborhood. This is also about writing, speaking, how you're communicating. So if any of you Capricorns have something to say, you may now say it. Because it's Pisces in your third, it's like feelings and emotions, and Jupiter is in Pisces as well. Mercury's in Pisces, sorry. This is like you're gonna be, I think like words, visions are all gonna be coming full throttle. I'm concentrating on the career aspects of this. If any of you Capricorns are thinking like Cancer, or feeling to like put like your words out there, whether it's in like as in a poem or a book, or you want to publish anything, this may be like the time to be doing it. Because you Capricorns are very, very, you lot are work focused. Some of you may be like it might be training, but you might be thinking, oh, actually, I want to do I want to do journalism. But journalism now is different. It's not traditional. It's more independent. So you might be getting a YouTube page, or you might be just writing, or it could be anything. It could be like romantic novels, a bit like Cancer, like doing romance, or it could be you just, looking at how the world is and feeling that you need to have something to say. Especially when it comes to siblings, it might be a brand new time with communication with siblings, especially when Saturn was in your sign. Some of you may no longer want to talk to them, but now it's just like, actually, let's do this. Let's get together. Let's talk. Like things to do with like your neighbor as well. There might be a brand new beginning with a neighbor. They could move out, especially if they've been giving you issues and problems. They could move out, or even you could be thinking about moving. But I feel that it's more like there's going to be like a brand new time with like the neighborhood as well. Things might just be popping. There could be some movement happening. And you got the moon sextile Uranus, which is in your fifth. So this is like creative time. That's one of the reasons why it does feel very. And you also got the Mars trine Jupiter. Mars trine Jupiter, but also Mercury. It conjuncts Mars, and it also got Mercury trine Jupiter as well. And this is the Jupiter new moon as well. So even though Jupiter does oppose you in your seventh house, this could see some of you. I'm picking up with a lot of you Capricorn that it's an ambitious time, mentally ambitious. There's things that you couldn't say then, but now you're saying it now. And if things that you're still struggling with, you're going to be writing it out, writing it, speaking it. You know, this feels like there's like a bit of a shift. It also feels like some of you could be making a career out of what you're going to be thinking and doing and saying. There's no time like the present. Jupiter is in your 7th house, 7 signs towards your first. So really go for it. Some of you may actually be feeling quite sensitive because you've got the Saturn Neptune in your 4th house. So it can make some of you feel like, oh, it's not going to work, or, people are going to be watching me or criticizing me in some shape or form. The 4th house you're getting squared by, but still it's like, I think that for you Capricorns, it changes are coming now, and it's time to sort of go with that. The card that you actually got is the Queen of Wands, which is of confidence and leadership. And this is showing me that having that confidence and leadership for yourself, it's like this card is about, passion, it's creativity, it's sort of like moving forward. Like I said, when it was in your 3rd, you may have felt restricted. You may have felt like there's something I want to do with my life, but I feel like I can't say it. I feel like emotionally, could be like emotionally like down. But now it's like, okay, you wanted to do it, now's the time to be doing it. So I wouldn't be surprised, again, like if I saw a lot more Capricorns out there, putting like their work out there. I do see a lot of you busy, but it's more like taking your time, and it's also like waiting and feeling for these words to come, or feeling for the time is right. So it's actually a good one for you, Capricorn. Even though you got the square to your 4th, it's actually a good time. And that is also showing me some of you maybe just dying to work from home as well. So yeah, it's a good one for you, Capricorn. Hello, Aquarius. How are you? So Aquarius, this new moon is in your 2nd house. So this is a house of, money. Okay. This is a brand new beginning for you to be sort of like, whether it's to do saving, solidifying your finances, changing banks, investing in any type of like, I'm thinking greenery. It could be that, like investing like a patch, or investing in a type of creativity, investing in a type of like a meditation course, or really looking at your finances, because some of you, especially when Saturn was in your sign, like the finances thing could have been like space. It may have not been enough money, or money was just constantly going out, you didn't know where it was. This new moon is showing, okay, get serious, try and get serious. This is about self-worth as well. So some of you actually could come into money. Some of you, because you got the moon sextiles Uranus, and you're ruled by Uranus. Sextile Uranus in your 4th house. So this could be seeing some of you like investing in your home, in your family, for the long term. We also got like the moon conjunct Neptune, and Saturn's there as well in your 3rd. So, and also the 3rd house, just like Capricorn, is about business. So I'm thinking some of you may be like investing in your home, it could be investing in your neighborhood, or investing in some type of project that you want to do as well. The fact that this is the moon, the Saturn Neptune is in your 3rd, is like making you like sort of like go. I can do this. I can, So, but I do see like a lot more like in terms of like the money situation, because this is in your 2nd. This is about money, finances, and I'm picking up things to do with like the mortgage. I'm picking up things to do with like you getting like a better deal. Definitely like investing in something for the long term. But also some of you may be trying to find money. Some of you may be trying to get money together, or even looking at your partner and thinking, let's do this, let's invest in this, or let's save for this, let's try and take this a bit more seriously. Pisces being your 2nd house is not easy. It's not easy, but it is sort of making some of you feel quite generous as well. You know, you could be putting your money where your mouth is, type of thing, Aquarius. The card that you have is the Six of Wands, which is actually so beneficial. It is about inspiration and leadership, but it's also about you're going to be getting help. So if you feel that stuck in any way when it comes to your finances, it could be you changing banks, getting a new something like to do with like a mortgage lender, or something to do with, you know, getting like a new a business like a business person, or like even like a new accountant as well. This is the best time to be doing it. Especially because you got like the moon sextile Uranus, which is in your, and because you're ruled by it, but it's also in your fourth house. Like money wise, it's going to be very different now. You're going to be seeing and viewing money very differently. It could be Bitcoin, it could be like, because money, no one's really paying with cash, it's just, but some of you could be at the forefront of that as well. But it is showing me like this card is about success. So whatever you're going to be doing with your like money or finances for the long term, it will be successful. But you just have to make sure that you're not rushing, or, you know, because you're very forward thinking, just sort of taking it easy, you know. But I think that if you do want help with it, if you're investing or changing, there's a lot of help coming. Okay. And last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, this new moon is in your sign, especially if you're last degree Pisces. People that are born like the cusp of Pisces, Aries, this is in your sign. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I know a lot of you are thank the Lord that Saturn's no longer in your sign. Some of you may actually probably miss Saturn being in your sign. But this is in your first house, okay? And this is showing me, for a lot of you, that is sort of, I'm picking up hallelujah. A lot of the energies in this Pisces, this new moon is full of Pisces. You know, you got the moon there, you got the sun, you got the moon, you got Mercury, you got Mars, you got the North Node, you know, but a lot of the energy is in the third house, and Pisces is in the third with this. So this is showing me for you Pisces that you guys are going to be thinking of your future. This is the day before the spring equinox that is on the cusp of you in Aries. So it's like, this is showing me like, okay, get to it. Come on, get to it. Let's do this. A lot of you Pisces, because whenever I think of Pisces, I'm always thinking of Olivia Dean as well, because she's Pisces. And this is actually going to be hitting her sun as well anyway. I always go back to Saturn in Pisces because it affected a lot. It affected all of you differently. But I feel for some of you Pisces, if you felt stuck in any way, like if you couldn't, because when Saturn was in your sign, it was a time that you lot's lives were transformed, okay? But it's also shown me that some of you had to sort of go back to the drawing board. And yeah, I'm tying this in with this new moon. You had to go back to the drawing board. Some of you probably had a family. Some of you, you know, probably got married or divorced, or some of you may have decided that, you know, you want to go alone, or or your career changed, like there may be job losses, or you wanted to change your career, or some of you decided probably to be monks or nuns, or, you know, did that whole spiritual work. Maybe you're mutable. Or some of you may have been wanted to be creative, and it didn't really pan out that way because you had to do that releasing work. So when I talk about creative, and I'm thinking of like Olivia Dean, and I'm thinking of like the Pisces that are like Don Lemon and, you know, Candice Braithwaite, you know, those type of people that are like social media, not all social media, but they are they're out there doing like the Piscean work in their way. But I think if some of you, and because a lot of this, because the stelliums in this is in the, yeah, it's in the first, it's in the third and second houses. So this is showing me also that the third house is a business house. The third house is to do with like your neighborhood, siblings. It's also writing, speaking, like I was saying with Capricorn. I feel that a lot of you are now going to be very much inspired. That if there's, like Capricorn, if there's things that you guys want to actually do, because your mind, it feels like it's going to be on fire. And the fact that the second house is activated with this as well, it's like you could be making, this is time that you're going to be making money, and it's going to be for the long term, as long as you've got like the right people around you. I can see a lot of you Pisceans, and I'm tying, like I said, I'm tying this within the new moon, because this, you got like Mercury retrograde in your sign. You know, you got the yeah, you got Mercury retrograde. You got you know, Uranus in your third as well. This is showing me that there is you know, you got the moon sextile Uranus in your third. You got the moon conjunct Saturn, which is in your second. You know, you got the Mars trine Jupiter. Mars in your first, trining Jupiter in your fifth. You have Mercury trine Jupiter. So this is activating your creativity. This is activating a lot of you Pisceans. And if you are like late degree Pisces, like if you're like 25 to like 29 degrees, I would say, this is not gonna be just for 6 months. It's gonna be for like a year, you know. But it is showing me that do it now. You know, if any of you Pisces are, whether you're a spiritual Pisces or whether you're creative, but this energy is picking up on very much creativity, you are now going to see that you're getting a lot of like sudden insights, sudden inspirations to go for it. And I feel some of you Pisces who are very serious, there is money to be made, and this money is going to be made, it's going to be made differently, but you do need, and I feel like opportunities and inspirations are going to be coming, and it does feel like there is going to be a lot more, like, you know, if you're putting anything out there on social media, Instagram or your blogs, it may take some people a while to see it, because remember your 12th house, but once they see it, you know, it's going to be like, it's like slow burn. But I also think that if you were doing any work when Saturn conjuncts your sun at any point, it's now going to be shown now if you were consistent. I think if you weren't consistent, now is the time that you're going to be, now's the time basically to be trying being consistent as you can. You know, try to be consistent, because you don't want to miss this opportunity. This is showing me that, you know, especially if you put a lot of work in during Saturn in your sign and you're continuing to do it, now you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. Or if you are going to start doing it now, you will start seeing the fruits of your labor. But you have to put the work in. There's no point in this. This is showing me there's no point in just daydreaming. Oh, you know, this can happen. You have to be, it doesn't have to be every day. It's just like whether you're, it doesn't matter if you're posting or writing. If you're just doing it like at least 2-3 times a week, it's better than nothing. Even once a week is better than nothing. Because, you know, life gets into it. And we're not no longer in Pluto and Capricorn where everyone has to post constantly to get engagement. It's like, no, you post or you write when you feel, but you have to be consistent with it. Because the card that you actually got is a 6 of coins. And it's about charity, it's giving, it's sharing, it's compassion. But it's also, themes could be coming to you too, Pisces. But it's about putting that work in. Again, I keep saying this, we're gonna be seeing a lot more Pisceans, and it might be the Pluto in Sagittarius like Olivia Dean, but it might be I'm feeling like the Pluto in Virgo. It might be Pluto in Virgo actually. It probably might be, but I'm seeing more the Pluto in Libra and Pluto in Sagittarius Pisceans coming through. But that's only because like I know I keep saying it, but really if you're putting the work in, because Pisces, I'm a Pisces, we daydream. We're constantly, oh, you know, this can happen, and that can happen, but it's the work. That's why you see a lot of Pisceans that had some, they could have, it's coulda, shoulda, wouldas with them, that this person, oh, they had something, but they just didn't put the work in, or they just floated off, and the opportunity was just about coming. But with your opportunities, Pisces, it's very, you just never know, you know, because you're a floater. But yeah, it's a very great time, Pisces. It's an ambitious time. It's a profitable time. It's a creative time. It's also a very spiritual time. It's also a brand new beginning for you to be starting any spiritual practice, really taking care of yourself, your body. Again, really getting creative. So yes, and this card is showing that, you know, it will come. And even some of you may be, because you're going to get a lot of opportunities, benefits that you can share with others as well. So yeah, it's a very beautiful time. Also, another thing I'm going to say, a lot of you Pisceans could actually, if you're not thinking of becoming mothers or fathers, you know what to do, because this is activating that too. But yes, very profitable time, Pisces. Very ambitious time, but you know, that work needs to be done as well. But that is it, guys. That's the new moon in Pisces video. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, liking, sharing, subscribing. You know, feel free to let me know what this Pisces new moon does for you or did for you. Let me know. Yeah, just let me know. You know, if you write in comments, and yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.